Yeah, La Côte d'Ivoire, a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
because
we should talk about them.
Because
Very often we've only spoken about this fairy tale part, but they've actually played some good football.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
they've
Especially, you speak about the fact that there's been improvement since Fight took over, and there's been decisiveness and directness in how they are playing.
Okay.
Because they know we can take it out wide, set it up on the edge of the box. We've got Fofana, we've got Kessie. And against DR Congo, there was a lot of those variations in their attack. And that might be their best route in approaching this Nigeria team. But across the competition, early on, you realize that La Côte d'Ivoire were not supplying crosses into the box. Because Crasso, well, he's not someone who's going to get on the end of a ball with his head. But with Seb Haller on, it gives them the opportunity and luxury to actually trust him when the ball's in the box. So against DRC, Fofana gets the ball out here, and all he has to do is find the right pass, and the pass has to go this way, just so Adingra on the left can actually make the run. And we've seen him make that run several times because he's got the ability and, well, he's talented to do that. Fofana makes this brilliant pass, and all Adingra has to do is, now Nigeria have to be very, very careful, because what they did against DRC was to create 1v1 scenarios for their wingers as much as possible. Because when you have a 1v1 scenario, all you have to do is beat the man, get the cross, or from deep, when your fullback makes that overlapping run, you can still put the cross in there or find your fullback. And in this scenario, exactly what they did. Kalulu was the man they targeted probably the most throughout the game, and right there, they put the cross in there, and you realize Mbemba had to step in. But subsequently, you realize that they decided to go a different route, not down to the front post or whatnot, but targeting the back post through the aerial ability of Seb Haller. Exactly. So here, Gradel was brought on there primarily for this, because they know he's got the ability to get into good positions, and Singo being a conservative right back, because ideally he should be playing centre back. Mm-hmm. But in this position, he knows that I'm not the one supposed to supply. So he puts the ball where it needs to be for Gradel. And all Gradel has to do is either I'm taking it or I'm putting it at back post. And here, because of Seb Haller's ability, he can trust him to put the ball in there. They did it several times, but you think that Mbemba has this ball, but rather it's Adingra he's looking for. That's why I would say Singo shouldn't be the one finding the final man. It should be Gradel, or should be someone with a bit more panache to his delivery. And once that ball goes, Adingra just chances on it and, well, probably should have found the back of the net. But he didn't expect that ball, because the instruction isn't to supply him, but to supply Seb Haller. They go again. So almost most of the first half was them just exploiting the fact that Masuaku over here would be unable to deal with Adingra or Max Gradel most of the time. So what that meant was that there was a lot of space in this particular area. And as I've highlighted several times, if you want to find the best place to cross, this place or at the byline, once you do that, there's the potential to put the ball just here for someone to run onto, or you can target here, because there's that curl on the ball, depending on what technique you apply, and it's easier for your forward to meet the ball.
The modern day De Bruyne spot.
Exactly.
The KDB zone. Yeah.
Adingra gets on the ball and he puts it perfect for Haller. Ideally, should be finding a way to get onto the ball. And again, because they targeted Kalulu most of the game, because he never gets off his feet, he's always down. As a right back, as a left back, is an added thing to your routine. Your focus is defending on the ground and as well as moving the ball forward. Because he doesn't get off the ground early, Gradel, Halle are able to get contact on the ball. And that is something that La Côte d'Ivoire has to see how best they can exploit on the Nigerian defense. Because Olayina, I think, is susceptible to that. You can find ways to get him to make mistakes. His alertness for crosses, because he's always ready to go on a counter, he prefers being on the ground. In case the ball doesn't reach where it has to, he can be on his bike. So it's important for them to take advantage of that. Again, it was various scenarios of 1v1s for Côte d'Ivoire. Over here, they build up quite well, looking to find who else. Same person every time. It has to be Seb Halle or Kwame or whoever will join him in there. But because of the ability, ideally he should be finding the back of the net. That is something they can do against a Trustekong, Ajayi, and Bassi defense. Because they are comfortable, they will fight the ball, they'll try and get to the ball. But if you put the ball where they've been putting it, just at the penalty spot, in between the two central defenders, you find that one will be left stranded. And if that's your target man, you'll be able to get free from him. So it's important for Ivory Coast to look at that kind of attack.
I mean, another thing just to add, in the 3 highlights we've seen, 2 of them you see Gradel on the right-hand side,
yes.
1 of them you see Adingra. So that means there's some swapping between the wide players.
Yes.
That also gives the defender something else to deal with. So if Adingra is on the right-hand side, we just seen that he can whip him some good crosses. That's if it's on his right-hand side. If it's on the other side, you have 2 things. Is he going to look for an overlap from corner, or he's going to cut in and cross or shoot? So that gives the defenders things to think about, and that's some way you can also surprise that Nigerian defense.
And, well, Max Gradel from his younger days was on the left-hand side, so he knows how to play on that side. So it's not too much of a surprise that there's that flexibility. Probably why he's in the squad, because you have the ability for him to switch sides with Adingra or Diakite or whoever he needs to. And that offers you a different approach in attacking and also different problems for your team, the team you're facing to deal with. One other aspect of Ivory Coast attack that might be best to look at is the fact that they are making runs from deep. When Crasso was introduced, you realize that they were making runs all the way from here into space. And in a case where DRC has as many as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in their own half,
Okay.
you bypass them with just a quality pass. And that's, again, from Singo. He showed a lot of progressiveness in his passing. And for a right back, that's an added trait. But then if he was in centre back, you'll find that maybe it could also offer them a different route to break in whatever press Nigeria might have or whatever block Nigeria would set up in the middle. But this ball is a brilliant ball. And the fact that he uses that to break the lines, and ideally he should be finishing that. You're going past the keeper. It's just patience. In this scenario, I don't know why he's looking to come back when the goal is there.
Maybe he doesn't trust his quality.
No.
Maybe he's not confident in it.
And on his right foot, all he had to do was shoot.
Yeah.
Shoot, force the defender to make a tackle. It's better than trying to cut back when they blocked the spaces here. These 2 players have actually blocked the passing channel for you. So it was probably the best thing for him to do. And when he did that, Ngonga just got a touch and sent it back. That was probably the best alternative route. But we've seen that La Côte d'Ivoire have the ability to cause problems in the wide areas. they create 1v1s, 2v1s against wide players. Against DRC, it was evident. And against Nigeria, it will be important for them to try to do that. That might mean that maybe Singo will join Gradel, or Gradel will be joined by Frankesi. Because there was an opportunity in this game where Frankesi did join them on the right-hand side. Ball came to him and he had a brilliant shot that found the post, the bottom of the post. So these are signs that Nigeria have to be very wary of the ability of Ivory Coast to create small overloads against their wide players, and that could cause problems for them.